My favorite class was Anthroculture 300, I believe it was, and it was called Doing Ethnography in Havana. It was one of the courses that I took as part of my study abroad program.
The class that I want to talk to you about today is one called Women's Studies 270, and it was titled Gender and the Law.
My favorite class was actually probably pretty unpopular for most people, but I really liked Chem 210, which was organic chemistry.
My favorite class is Women's Studies 270. It was Gender and the Law. I took it sophomore year. It was my favorite class because it was the first class that really made you challenge your thinking. Like, think about what it is that you feel about, the law in terms of gender, in terms of race and everything, and then challenge it. It made my writing better because you had to dig deeper from the concepts and dig deeper into yourself and how you interpret those concepts. Like, I just really loved the class.
Psych 260 was my favorite class because the professor, Fiona Lee, did a great job of relating the material to real life. Despite the fact that it was an introductory psychology course, it was all about real-world application.
My professor's name was Anna Kirkland. She was a very bubbly woman, very strong and confident.
So I had Professor Nolta, and Nolta was a lot of fun. I think the image that sticks with me is the first day of class when she blew up beach balls, and I think she was like passing out candy and stuff, and there were beach balls flying around the big chemistry auditorium that students were having fun with, and she probably had music going as well.
She was really interactive in the class, so it was about 100 people in the lecture hall, but she would walk up and down the aisle, she would talk to us, she would ask questions to us during lecture and encourage participation and conversation during lecture, so it was really interactive. If the class is large and the teacher is engaging, then it's fine. If the class is small and the teacher is engaging, then it's fine. I like engagement. Like, now you're just talking at us, but you're talking with us and encouraging us to speak to you and trying to learn from us as well as learning from you.
Going to Cuba allowed me to see a completely different place from any other place I've ever been to. They are a socialist country, and coming from capitalist US to socialist Cuba was a complete 360.
So I worked with a group of 6 students. We researched power dynamics at Mott's Children's Hospital, which has resulted in a lot of networking for us personally. One of the students now works with one of the guys that we were working with. We also were able to produce something really cool that a couple of us have used in interviews and applications for jobs related to organizational psychology.
With the Orgo lab, I got to know my GSI pretty well, and he lined up an interview with his PI in the Department of Chemistry, and so I actually got to work in the lab over the summer as like an internship kind of thing in his lab, working with lasers, and that was kind of cool.
It also introduced me to the Safe House Center, which I'm currently very actively involved in. It is the local domestic violence shelter here in Ann Arbor, and so I work on the domestic violence response team now, and I try to help survivors who have dealt with domestic violence firsthand, and it's also a really, really rewarding experience, one that I would not have been able to, maybe find on my own had I not learned about it through Women's Studies 270.
Actually, I was just emailing my professor, Fiona, last week. Since I am applying for jobs in that field, I asked her to meet up and talk about how I can best market myself to that field. So she's helped me go over my CV and kind of work my resume so that I can focus on the things that are most applicable to that field and really market myself well.
Well, I mean, I liked it so much that I tutor it still. I've been tutoring it for years now, and I guess since I like it so much, I like to, maybe get other people to like it so much, and kind of put forth that concept that Orgo can still be fun.
My semester abroad was definitely one of the most life-changing experiences I've had, and I actively think about Cuba and my experiences in Cuba almost every day.